My husband told me his late father's watch was the only thing he had left from him, but I found out why he was so desperate to keep me away from it. My husband told me his father's old watch was the only thing he had left from him, so I never questioned why he kept it locked in a drawer and refused to let anyone touch it. We'd been married for 6 years, and his father had died before I met him. My husband rarely talked about him, except when someone mentioned the watch. He always said, "It's the last thing Dad gave me." I respected that. Then one night, the drawer was accidentally left open. I saw the watch sitting inside, but beside it was a small envelope with my name written on it. I asked my husband about it, and he immediately grabbed the envelope. "It's nothing." That answer bothered me more than the envelope itself. I didn't push him that night. 2 weeks later, he left for a business trip. While cleaning the bedroom, I noticed the drawer wasn't locked. The envelope was still there. I knew I shouldn't open it, but my name was on it. Inside was a letter from his father. The first sentence made my stomach drop. "If you're reading this, my son has probably told you that I left him everything." I kept reading. His father explained that he had discovered my husband had been secretly taking money from his business before he died. He had planned to report him, but he became sick before he could. Instead, he left instructions with his lawyer. My husband would receive the watch, but only if he confessed what he had done. Otherwise, the rest of the inheritance would go to charity. I couldn't believe it. I called my husband immediately. He didn't answer. Then I called the lawyer whose name was written at the bottom of the letter. The lawyer confirmed everything. He also told me something I hadn't expected. My husband had never collected the rest of his father's inheritance. He had spent years pretending he had received it, because he was terrified I would discover the truth about his finances. I checked our joint account that night. There were loans I didn't know about, credit cards I had never seen. Thousands of dollars had been disappearing for years. When my husband finally came home, I put the letter on the table. He looked at it and immediately sat down. I asked him one question. "How much do you owe?" He started crying. Then he admitted the debt was almost $80,000. He said he had been hiding it because he was ashamed. But there was something else. The money he had taken from his father's business wasn't gone. He had used it to pay off his gambling debts. I felt like I didn't even know the man sitting in front of me. He begged me not to leave. He said he would get help. He said he would sell everything and fix it. I told him I needed time. The next morning, I called the lawyer again. He told me my father-in-law had left one final instruction. If my husband ever admitted the truth, the inheritance could still be released, but only if he repaid the money he had stolen. My husband agreed. He sold his car, paid back part of the debt, and started working with a financial counselor. I moved into my sister's apartment while everything was sorted out. For the first time in years, there were no secrets between us. Months later, my husband gave me the watch. I told him I didn't want it. He said, "Dad wanted you to have it if I ever became honest." I finally understood why his father had left that letter. He wasn't trying to punish his son. He was giving him one last chance to tell the truth. I eventually forgave my husband, but I didn't forget what happened. We had to rebuild our marriage from the beginning, and the old watch that started everything now sits on our living room shelf. Not because it is valuable, but because it reminds us both that one hidden truth can destroy years of trust. Sometimes the hardest inheritance isn't money. It's being forced to become honest before you lose everyone you love. Would you have stayed and helped him fix everything? Or would $80,000 in hidden debt have been enough for you to walk away?